Hello, Reckoning video. Today we're gonna take a look at Klefki in the Great League. Something that I would never think I would ever say, but yeah, we're gonna take a look at this today because it got buffed. If you didn't know, this Pokemon earned Astonish as a fast move and Tackle. Yes, Tackle got buffed, so we can take a look at this Pokemon now. And it was surprisingly good. I actually don't know why, but it was so amazing. We see them here going for one crunch, fine for me. I can go for one foul play. You see I generate energy now actually at a pretty decent rate and do a lot of damage as well. As you can see here, I can just farm this thing down now. I shield it once and have like all my energy. We have very good fast moves, very good charge moves as well here with the foul play and the play rough. Going to be able to hit ghost types, going to be able to hit dark types. Everything you want. Also this Trevenant here. And you're going to see in general that this Pokemon had way more potential, did way more things that I never expected that this thing would ever be able to do. It was amazing. I went 10-4 and 2 of the losses were against the same person having the same team, which I couldn't beat. So yeah, like in general, I would have most likely be even a little bit better otherwise, but here we now have our Skarmory against the Swampert. We are a normal Skarmory, they are a normal Swampert, means we will be able to survive 2 Hydro Cannons. If either of us would have been Shadow, we wouldn't have been able to. So like this, we can just go for one Brave Bird here, and this Brave Bird should be enough to KO the opponent, winning us the next game as well. I went on an 8-game win streak with this team as well, which is insane. And yeah, like I cannot say anything negative about this team. It was just so much fun. We see a Trevenant coming in against us. We can go for one foul play here. We have access to foul play pretty fast, as we can do some nice damage here. And you see, I actually do some nice damage with my fast move as well. I could be able maybe even to realign, but I'm going to let this move go through. They have to throw even more charge moves here. I'm totally fine with this as well. As they go for more seed bombs, I can farm them down with my Skarmory here. Now I should be able to have a pretty decent shot against this Mawile as well. Both of our moves are always resisted, so like this is a very neutral matchup. The Iron is resisted, their Play Rough will be resisted, and my Sky Attacks is also resisted, and my Air Slash is resisted. So we have a full resisted moveset here for both sides, but the thing here is I'm way bulkier than the Mawile. I have a way better stat product, so I'm going to be able to win this matchup. Usually at least, as we see here, I'm going to for a shield, which means that they might be a little bit weak in the back. I can get some extra farm here with my Scrafty, as we see a Digger Spear in the back, which would have been actually a little bit better against my Skarmory than compared to my Scrafty here, so I don't know why they did go into this just now, but we can just boost our attacks even further with more power punches. You're gonna see that they go very low already. They can bait me if they want to, they're going to bait me here. I'm still going to be able to swipe one move, and they're just giving up at this point of time, so good game there. Nothing they can do there anymore. Next opponent has a Bummer Snow. Very okay for us. We see a Hypno coming in, that's very good for us. Our backline as well can deal with the Bummer Snow, as our Klefki resists both of the charge moves and also the fast move, and the Skarmory has super effective fast and charge moves against the Obama Snow as well, so I can just stay in this matchup without any big issues, and I should be able to realign here. Hopefully, as they go for more and more fire punches, it's fine. We can shield one up here, and we will be able to realign while having a shield advantage as well, which is going to be very nice. And we can now swap directly into our Say Swap, which is going to be the Klefki here, and the Klefki can do some stuff against this Azumarill. And they go now into their Obama Snow. We can go for one Play Rough here. Play Rough comes through. Play Rough does a ton of damage, and you see the Tackle is just chunking this Obama Snow down. Klefki will be able to resist every move here, and we can just farm this thing down as well. Klefki can go for one Play Rough, and we will see that this will do like half of the health as well. Going to be able to pressure the thing even more. We can go into our Scrafty here just to absorb some energy, and then finish up this Azumarill with our Skarmory in the back. There's nothing that they can do anymore, and they decide to surrender. Next opponent, Granbullite. Horrible for us, we go immediately into our Klefki, as we will be able to do some pretty nice damage here. As we see a Swampert coming in, we will be able to survive one Hydro Cannon in the beginning at least, and we will be able to go for one Play Rough now. But sadly, this is not enough to actually put him into range where I can farm him down with Tackle. So I have to wait here a little bit. I have to go into my Scrafty. What I'm also going to do here now is go for one counter, and I'm going to wait after this counter a little bit, as you're going to see now. I'm gonna wait. This is not lag. I'm just waiting so I can get some more time from the clock so I can swap into my Skarmory, and they have a Nidoqueen in the back, which is pretty decent for us, as we can now go for some Sky attacks, as we will be able to get all the shields from the opponent now. They have to kinda go for the baits here, so I'm gonna let the first move go through. It's going to be a Poison Fang. The next move most likely also going to be a Poison Fang, but I have to shield something eventually, so I'm going to shield this one. We can go for another Sky attack here. And we will be able to swap out soon, which we have to do now, and we will be able to catch a potential Earth Power here, and it will be an Earth Power, which means we can just KO this Nidoqueen by farming it down. We can let the move go through. It's only a Poison Fang, and we will be able to just Brave Bird the incoming Granbull and win this game, even though we got basically hardwalled from the get-go. Very good game there, as we see the next opponent coming in there with a Bastion lead. Very good for us, of course. As we see a Venusaur coming in, we have our Skarmory for this one, and we can just basically farm this thing all the way down. It's a little bit awkward, of course, as they now can, align their Bastion against me, but they can just go for charge moves here, which puts me lower so they don't get as much farm. I guess this is fair, and they go for another one, which is actually good for me, because now they get even less farm, and I can just go ahead and go for like 2 Brave Birds or whatever, and I should be fine. I just go for one immediately, and I don't know if I even go for the next one. I can't get there in time. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. My main damage source is going to be the Scrafty, as we see an Azumarill coming in. And Azumarill will be fine unless they hit me with a Hydro Pump here, and they hit me with a Hydro Pump. We're still going to be able to survive this. And we're going to go for 2 bait moves here with 2 foul plays. First foul play hits, we're gonna get the shield. Second foul play hits, and we're going to get some damage on them. And now it looks really bad for us because we have no Scrafty against an Azumarill. But we also can just go ahead and go for Power Punch. If you see it already there, the opponent doesn't run Play Rough here, which is also pretty decent for us, but we still kind of have to keep our Scrafty healthy here, so we're going to shield up everything. It's going to be another Ice Beam, and we can go ahead, go for one Foul Play here, which could put this thing into range where I can farm it down, and they let this move go through. We go for more Power Punches against this incoming Bastiodon, and I could have timed my charge move there a little bit better, which would have allowed me maybe to farm them down before they can get to another charge move. But it doesn't really matter, as we're just gonna go and counter down this Azumarill, winning us the game here. Good game to my opponent. Into the next one, we see a Lantern in the lead. This one has access to the Water Gun here right now, which we can counter with our Counter and Power Punch combination, which should be able to do some pretty decent damage here, as we're going to shield up the first move, which is going to be a Surf. And we are going to go for another bait here. Expect them to shield, because why not? They should be shielding, but they are not shielding, and now we are going to be 2 shields down, but we are +2 attack with a lot of energy, and we see Altaria coming in here. We can go for one foul play, get this thing really low, and we go into our Klefki. Klefki will be able to triple resist the Dragon Breath, definitely only does 1 damage here, and also going to be able to resist all the other charge moves from this Pokemon, so this is actually a pretty decent matchup for the Klefki. You are at 100 energy, you can just go for some nice charge moves here. Foul Play comes through, gets a shield, Foul Play comes through, let's see if we can get another shield. We will be able to get another shield, and we can go into our Scrafty, farming down this Lantern, seeing the final Pokemon being a Registeel, going to make this pretty easily done here, as we can go for one more Power Punch, and we can go for another one now, and we're gonna put them into a range for basically 1 Brave Bird. But I wasn't that sure that I even would reach the Brave Bird. So what I'm gonna do here now, go into my my Skarmory, and my Skarmory will just go straight for the Sky attack here, before they can debuff me potentially with the Zap Cannon. And this does some pretty nice damage, and we can just let this move go through, of course, and we will see that this doesn't KO me, but I can go into my Klefki and my little keychain there. I will be able to destroy this big golem of steel, as we see a Swampert in the lead here. We can go straight kind of for the foul play. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this actually. Do I go straight foul play? I'm going to go straight foul play. Maybe I get a shield here, maybe not. We will find out in the next episode, as we see here that we get a shield. And we're going to go ahead and shield as well. And we can go ahead and also bait here with our Power Punch. Maybe we get another shield here, and we will get another shield here, which is nice. And we can just shield it up and farm him down now, I think. And we should be pretty fine, as we get some nice lead advantage here. and we see an Umbreon coming in, which is even better. But I don't really want to lose my Scrafty yet, so I'm going to swap out on the charge move into my Klefki here, because if they have some Steel type in the back, my Pokemon might be a little bit better, and we have a Steel type in the back, so that was a good swap for me. We see that we can go still for one Foul Play, which will do a nice damage. They have to go for the Earthquake here, which means I can still hit a Foul Play against them. They go for the Earthquake, KO us, we can go for one Foul Play here, and we will be able to do some pretty decent damage against this Stunfisk, as we can get even some more counters in. We will be able to put them into range where we can just farm down with the Air Slash here from the Skarmory, and we will most likely be able to win the game as well, so we can just farm this thing all the way down. We see the Umbreon coming in. We need to go for 2 Sky Attacks. We will be able to still survive 2 Foul Plays from this range easily. I'm just a little bit scared about the incoming Stunfisk then maybe getting to move, but we will be able to actually get to my second Sky Attack here to KO the opponent's Umbreon, and we will be able to farm down the opposing Stunfisk as well. Into the next one, we see a Victini in the lead. Pretty decent lead-ish, but they now have access, of course, to the move Quick Attack, which generates way more energy. Will be able to get to the Recreate after a way faster time. As we see a Weeping Bell actually coming in here. Having access to Razor Leaf means they used an Elite TM on this thing. Also something I kind of want to build, but I also kind of don't want to build. As we see the Victini coming back in again, they have to go for one Recreate here to be able to KO me here. But we can just go ahead, go for 2 Sky Attacks, and we can go for even another one if they don't throw. And they will be able to throw now. They have 2 moves stored, I think. I can go for my Foul Play, but it's a CMP time. I'm going to shield it up. And now we have basically a scenario where we have 2 Pokemon, they have 1 Pokemon, and depending on what they have in the back, we should be fine here. And we see a what's called Victory Bell here, and of course our Klefki going to be able to completely destroy this thing. We got to the move at the same time. Doesn't matter, we survive in Leaf Blade pretty easily, and we can just destroy this thing with our Klefki and a Foul Play. So good game there. Next up, we're going to see a Scrafty against Trevenant lead here. This is pretty fine-ish. I actually don't like this lead. I hate this lead kinda because I think you lose in the 2-shield scenario unless you bait the opponent, because they can actually survive 1 Foul Play here. And they can also just shield up and go for 2 more Seed Bombs. And you see me being very low already. I go into my Keychain here, trying to maybe get the Shadow Ball there, which actually worked out well. We see the Stunfisk coming in, and we can go ahead, go for more Foul Plays. We see that we do actually some pretty nice damage, and also the tackle hurts kinda-ish. So we're going to let this move go through. We can let this move go through, and we can farm it down, hopefully, with our Scrafty here. We can go for 1 Foul Play. This was definitely the right play, as I can now farm it down. I'm going to swap out, I think, immediately here, because they go back into their Trevenant. I hate Trevenant for this team. We have basically 2 really good answers. Even our Klefki has access to a bait, like a coverage move, but like against this team, I basically kind of screwed, to be honest. I just don't have the bulk at the end of the day. The amount of pressure that Trevenant can put on this team is kind of insane, even though like it should be kind of resisted on everything. But now this Drapion will be able to go for 1 Crunch, KOing me here, and I can go for 1 Foul Play maybe, but no, actually not. I will be able to lose this game there. They go for 1 Aqua Tail. This will be enough to KO us, and we go into the next game. As we see an Azumarill against us, we can go ahead, go into our Klefki again, and we can go for some Play Roughs, hopefully. We're going to shield the potential Hydro Pump up here, and it's going to be a Hydro Pump, which is very nice for me. Can go for the Play Rough now. Play Rough going to do some pretty nice damage against this thing, as we see here. And we can go for another Play Rough before they can get to another Hydro Pump, which is going to be very nice, as we're going to put him already very, very low. And they're going to shield this move up. I'm actually not going to shield this move up. I already put him into a range where even this Scrafty can farm him down, so I could just go into my Skarmory, farm this thing all the way down. I'm actually not going to throw here, I think. I'm actually going to throw here. I'm going to throw on the Hydro Pump of the opponent, which is going to be pretty nice, as we see the Sableye coming in, we see an Altaria coming in. And I actually don't know if I could have actually won this though. I don't know if I played it out, I could have won this. I'm kind of regretting already going out of there. I think I still have a small chance. Well, the chance was really small because we kind of got hard-walled. Maybe the Skarmory still would have been able to hit like a Brave Bird or whatever, but I'm not sure. As we see, the opponent having a Talonflame here, this is kind of horrible. There's nothing we can do against Talonflame. We most likely gonna lose this match as well now. We can go for one foul play, that's very nice. We can go for another foul play, that's very nice. But yeah, they're going to shield this move up. And what am I supposed to do now? Air slash it down? Definitely not. I'm going to let this flame charge go through and I'm going to swap into my Klefki. They are actually going for another charge move here, going to be a flame charge, and I can just tackle down the Talonflame before it can get to another move. We can go for one foul play, and we will be able to also knock out this opposing Jellicent here, as we see the Azumarill coming in here. That was not enough. Let's go for one play rough, and we will be able to also put this thing at half health, all with one Klefki, all without it, like, okay, with one shield there, and we still would be able to survive this. At this point, we already won the game, so Klefki actually surprised me. This thing worked out way better than expected. It has Tackle now, which is so much better than Astonish before. Yeah, it was just a lot of fun to play this team. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. This was too much fun, so bye.